Now, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and our viewers at large. Let me take this opportunity to thank you for your support. So far, so good. I want to appreciate for each and every one of you who has kept aside some little time to watch my discussion on the political uh, direction of the country. Last week, I happened to have some few commitments here and there, which I could not avoid, and I was not able to be consistent. I apologize for that. But this week, I have uh, a discussion based on the Deputy President visit uh, to the United Kingdom, but to the United Kingdom and the United States of America. And as I said before we get deeper into our discussion, I want to request you who is watching this channel for the first time to subscribe to our channel so that anytime we upload any information, YouTube is able to update you automatically on what is happening. And for those who are following our discussion, I just want to encourage you to give our video a thumbs up in an effort to support this channel. So today I'm going to discuss about the Deputy President visit to the United States and United Kingdom. And before I do that, I have to look at the Deputy President campaign because that is what has created a lot of problem in the country at the currently, because people expected him to continue hitting the ground with the campaign, especially at a time when the president has clearly declared his support to Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga and formed a coalition with Azimio. And at the same time, he has started efforts to revamp Jubilee. I'm saying this because the Deputy President campaign have been a one-man show for quite a long time. That is, whenever he goes for a campaign, you realize that he's the one dominating his campaign, that he's at the center of discussion in every campaign field he goes. Now that he's going to miss in the country for about 10 days, who are going to ensure that the Deputy President campaign and graph continues to rise steadily instead of dropping? This is one of the things that is worrying, especially the people who are on the side of UDA, and that is Kenya Kwanza. Putting in mind at the same time that one of their, I think he was given a certain position, Omingo Magara, resigned the other day and decided to join Azimio. So in today's discussion, I want to look at the main reason as to why the Deputy President must have decided to travel to the United States and at the same time to have traveled to United Kingdom. According to my own analysis, there are few reasons that might have contributed to the Deputy President to travel to the United States and at the same time to have traveled to United Kingdom. Some of these reasons may not be necessarily been confirmed, but according to my assessment, these are some of the reasons that might have contributed to the Deputy President traveling to the United States of America and at the same time traveling to the United Kingdom in this 10-day visit. Various people have given their reasons. If you look at the social media, Twitter, and all other channels, bloggers plus opposition or people who are against the Deputy President and so on have given their reason as to why they think the Deputy President has decided to travel to those two countries. But according to my opinion or my own analysis, number one, the Deputy President might have chosen to travel to the USA and United Kingdom at this particular time as we move towards election to be able to reconstruct his international relation network. Of late, or for quite a long time, the Deputy President has never traveled outside the country. And for the few occasions that he has had an opportunity to travel outside the country, people have followed his movement very keenly. And at times we understand some of these travels or some of these visits have been stopped at a particular or at particular times by the government. So The deputy president understands very well, being a scholar, he understands very well, in order to lead a country like Kenya, you need to have international network. And these international networks are the ones that are going to help you to control the activities on the ground by putting or by pressuring the incumbent government or the government of the day on proper decision, especially as we move towards the election. So, number one, the deputy president might have decided to travel out the country at this particular time with the people of the likes, or with people like Ababu Namwamba, among which he was accompanied by the economist David D, so that he can be able to create a network with his foreign friends at a time when he wants to gain the confidence of the Kenyan that he's not just a president who has been banned from traveling outside the country, or as they say, because there has been this notion for quite a long time that the deputy president was banned from visiting USA and United Kingdom. So he just wants to reassure his supporters that he still have that relation with the foreign nation, and especially the big nations such as the big brothers such as United States of America and the United Kingdom. Number two, the deputy president might have chosen to travel out of the country at this particular time because, one, if you look at the deputy president campaigns keenly, you realize that in most of his campaign, with the slogan bottom-up economy, he has really tried to pour or to cash out a lot of money. And chances are, according to my opinion, that the probability is that the deputy president is running out of cash and he needs to outsource for more cash for the campaign approach and the campaign slogan he's using. Because to convince people about bottom-up, you must ensure you give people money at the grassroots. Whether people view it as a bribe or whatever case, the bottom-up is about getting it to the people, making them self-reliant, and moving it to the next level. So, according to my assessment, number two, the main reason that might have contributed to the deputy president traveling outside the country at this particular time is that he might have run short, or he might have run out of cash, and is going to outsource for more cash to fund his campaign. Because if you can remember very well, about 2 to 3 weeks ago, when he came back from Dubai, there were some rumors of a gentleman who accompanied him, who was allegedly arrested and accused of something like money laundering. I'm not sure, but there have been some viral clips going around on the same. If you follow on YouTube, you'll see them. So probably this was the ideal opportunity for the deputy president to go out there, outsource for money in a proper way, or I can put it in a transparent way, and come back with the money to fund his campaign. Reason number three as to why the deputy president might have traveled out of the country at this particular time is the deputy president might have chosen to travel out of the country at this particular time in order to try and build a new image of himself from the ICC ghost. There's no doubt this thing has been blocked, or somebody has tried, or somewhere something is happening that it is not brought in the public domain freely. The information about the ICC and the Gicheru case and the witness has not been given the attention that is required in the public. And therefore, this was an advantage to the deputy president, and therefore it gave him room to get an opportunity to travel outside of the country and clear his name, and at the same time make his supporters develop a faith, or have faith in him, that the ICC has nothing to do with him. Because some people were talking about a warrant of arrest being written against the deputy president, that anytime the deputy president will be leaving the country, he might be arrested. So he's going out so that he can come back, and mark my words, when the deputy president will come back in the country and continue with the campaign, he'll have to mention about this. And he will tell his people that they have always claimed that if I happen to travel to this country, I will be arrested in as far as, or I'll be arrested as a result of the cases in ICC. I'm clean, look, I'm here, I went out, I've come back, nobody has touched on me. So it will be a factor that would, in fact, sell the deputy president much more at a time when the president, whom he expected to support, or whom he expected his support, went for Raila Amolo Odinga. So the only element that can boost the deputy president campaign will be gaining the confidence of the masses, considering that politics is mobocracy, or democracy is mobocracy. And when we talk about democracy and mobocracy, it's about the masses and the numbers of the people who will be able to support a particular individual at a particular time. So this visit to the United Kingdom and United States of America will develop or will build confidence in Deputy President supporters, and it was necessary for him to do so, so that he can clear his name, and that there are people who would now feel like if the Deputy President is able to go to America, is able to go to UK, and these are the key partners in trade with Kenya, or donors, then there's no problem with electing the Deputy President. Another reason as to why the Deputy President might have traveled out of the country currently, rumors has it that there is a disagreement over the people who are to be given the tender in IBC. These people might be different, and therefore the Deputy President might have traveled outside the country to be able to meet some of these people who have been given the tender by the IBC, either for developing or printing the first of all, those people who have been given the tender for printing electors, doing the kit and doing the voters, whatever, the photos and the pictures of the contestants in various levels or various positions in government. So there are two things attached on this journey. But again, when we talk about the IBC and the tenders, while we know that most of the tenders to print these electors or the contenders party and voting paper, the tenders have been hit severally with a lot of controversy based on who is given the tender. At the same time, we have a shortage of Kim's kit. If you remember the story behind the OT Morpho and the other companies that were given this tender. So it is a right time for the Deputy President to be able to get through his ways, to meet these people and get a surety that there are no shady deals, there are no hidden agenda in the tenders that they have been given. What the government will do is a story for another day. But as far as we are concerned, those are some of the reasons that the Deputy President, that might have contributed to the Deputy President leaving the country at this particular time. As I said, number one, to reconstruct his international relation network, considering he has had a lot of challenges with foreign policy, and appointment of Ababu Namwamba came at the right time to carry out this role, which the Deputy President could have started addressing long time ago, and he could not see it until this time. Number two, to outsource for funds for his campaign. Number three, the Deputy President might have left the country to go and try to build a new image of himself at a time when he's being followed by the ICC ghost. And lastly, as I've said, he might have gone out to meet the companies that have been given the tender to print voters paper or voting papers, and get to know who are these people and if there's any monkey business or tricky games going through this. Up to there, I want to stop here. and just request you to continue following up and subscribing to our channel. Give this video a thumbs up in an effort to support us and make us become one of the big channel, which we believe it will be achieved with your support. Thank you and have a blessed evening.